Welcome to Conversations with My Cuz. I am Shayla Shay.
And it is me, your girl Michelle with one L.
Hey, it's brother love. DJ Big Rob. What's
In
going
the
on,
You
building.
ladies?
sound hungover.
We don't have the board
I got
today.
I got a funny story. I went to the diner last night after our gig, and I always get the clams casino. And I went in there and said, "Oh, let me get the baked clams." So I'm eating them. Next thing you know, I said something's wrong. I
Mm.
called the waiter. The damn clams was stuffed with shrimps. Yo, so they got the Benadryls out, and I'm just hungover right now.
What clam casino has shrimp stuffed
It
in
wasn't
it?
It
supposed to.
didn't. I had the stuffed clams,
Mm.
baked clams, which was stuffed with crab meat instead of I usually get the clam casino.
Where did you go?
So are you saying that it's not that you're hungover and that it's really an
You
allergic
had some sort of
reaction, or are you
allergic
It's
reaction.
allergic.
hungover with allergic reaction?
No, I'm drugged up off of Benadryl right now.
Oh, you
Oh,
high.
you high.
But
That
I got to
Benadryl
I,
hit
I got
different.
I got to get to work before I lose my job.
Before you lose your job,
Thank you
we
for
fire
showing
you.
up.
Fired.
And us
Find your
being
ass.
late
Fine,
is
fine,
my
fine.
fault. My bad. My bad.
Well, here's the deal. You showed up for our season finale,
Yes, you did.
and
And it is
that
our season
makes
finale.
all the
Oh yeah,
difference.
because I got a lot to say anyway. So
You
I
might have
hope
to go a
so.
little over today. You might have to go over an hour. You never know because it is
Well,
a season finale.
I pulled a DJ Big Rod today and was running in the door hot, and I'm on. So if I look sweaty and greasy, it's because I was at a TOE barbecue called Christmas in July, and I walked out with a drink. That's kind of what's in my cup, and so I want to celebrate um summer and
Season
making it do
five
what it
and
do.
season
Season
five.
5 finale. Yes,
yeah,
let's
yes,
toast to
Five
definitely.
that.
seasons, y'all. 5 seasons.
Yes,
I
yes,
didn't get
yes.
my cup right. There we go.
And,
Well, we
and
had
I'm
a couple of deaths.
Oh, wait a minute. Go.
We
Let
got
the
the
I'm gonna
guys
come in and
up.
toast.
Let
Hey,
we got the
that's your
last death.
boss. Yeah, I'm gonna come in and toast with y'all, man.
you
Five
know
Listen
seasons,
me.
here.
man. I love y'all.
I
Let me
drink to
let me
that.
just.
them
I
being in
want
the
to say something
background.
to the guy on the couch. Thank you for being supportive of the show. He's in the background. You guys don't see him, but he's there, and
Making the
he's part of the
magic
team.
happen.
He's making it
Making the
happen.
magic
So,
happen. Absolutely.
cheers
The
and
guy on the
salute and
couch.
all of those things that people
Yes,
say when they make
yes. I'm going back on
Now
my
get
couch.
now get your ass
Peace.
on out of here.
All
Trying to
right, get
steal my
out of
cup.
here.
Two sips. Two
So we
sips,
had a
boy.
couple of deaths, guys. So
Yes.
Bill Russell, NBA freaking legend,
Oh
passed
man.
away.
Yes.
11 rings.
11
11
rings
rings.
and seven
11 rings.
consecutive, right? Seven
Yes,
consecutive.
yes, yes, yes,
So
That's a
yes.
rest in
beautiful
peace to
life.
him.
Like living your
And
life
And and
large.
and you got to understand at that time when he was a Boston Celtic, everybody got to understand that Boston at that time was probably one of the most racially related cities
yeah,
in the country. Like brothers wasn't
Mm.
even from Boston, so he accomplished those things. Through the adversities that he had to challenge as well. So R.I.P. to Big Bill.
R.I.P. to
Absolutely.
Bill
May he rest
Russell.
in peace.
And
Definitely.
also we had another one of our legends, Nichelle Nichols, affectionately known as Lieutenant Uhura from Star Trek,
Oh
who's
yeah.
Always will be
trailblazer,
known.
super legend, in the game, and a lot of firsts for us as a culture. The first interracial kiss with the old Captain Kirk, his old
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
I'm a Trekkie. I'm probably gonna go binge watch Star Trek when we finish the show tonight. I
I
love
loved
Star Trek.
Star Trek. That was one of the,
Yeah.
the best things that we were able to sit down and watch
Yo,
back then. So
yo, I'm telling you, Captain Kirk, he groomed me, because Kirk was knocking everything down. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, he was a hoe.
shout out, yeah,
He was
that's
a hoe.
Captain Kirk.
opportunist, boy, came through. He's like, let me see what that's about. Let me taste that thing. Let me check on it.
And it didn't matter the color. Didn't matter the
Nope.
color.
He definitely
She gonna
crossed
be
all
green.
interracial lines.
She be green.
Captain Kirk was the definition of I don't see color.
What she look like? What she built like?
What a booty look like. Let me see that ass. That green ass.
I am really, really appreciative of the career that woman had and the way that she was able to open the doors for a lot of other opportunities for women to be in positions, and always a woman of class and grace. And so
always
for that,
beautiful.
I also want to put out the RIP for her. And
shout out
I want to
to
talk about Will Smith's apology.
Let's get it.
Man.
I know you don't want to, Ra. I know. I don't think we're on the same page about it because I've been from the gate.
This energy.
Before
I'm gonna give it to you.
All right, I'm gonna start by saying I forgave him from the gate because I feel like everybody gets an opportunity to freaking lose it sometime and be like, "Whoo, I didn't," because I done almost killed my kids a couple of times, and I'm real appreciative that they still love and appreciate me, and they forgave me.
Right.
I popped off, so that's my position. Where you at, Shell?
I'm with you. I forgave him from the gate, and I think an apology was necessary. I know people have mixed feelings about it, and I'm sure Rise won that the apology should have happened then, but it didn't happen. So I think it's better late than never.
Hell no. Take your apologies and wipe your. Oh, we ain't on radio tonight, so you know where you can go with it. Listen, beef is beef. That was a pure PR stunt. Bottom line, he's trying to save his career. It don't take you 4 or 5 months? It's wild. To really sit back and apologize to somebody? Nah, beef is beef. That was a pure PR stunt. His lawyer probably called him and said, they took Bad Boys off of TV, y'all. Pay attention. They took Bad Boys off of TV. It does matter. It's a pure PR stunt, and Chris Rock needs to kick his ass.
Well, people saying the whole thing was a PR stunt, or the whole thing was fake, and the whole thing was planned out.
Can't kick his ass.
No, but Chris Rock is capitalizing off of the slap. So right now, he's making money off of it.
Well, how about this?
I don't think that Hollywood is done with Chris Rock. I mean, Will Smith.
Absolutely not.
And he will always.
Absolutely not.
He's done.
Absolutely not.
He's done.
Will Smith he's gonna make a comeback, and he's gonna sell out like he always does. Will Smith is not done. People have been canceled and then uncanceled, and Will Smith is gonna be one of those.
You can't let the coochie affect you, man. That's what happened.
We're gonna move on because Jada is.
That's what happened.
Everybody blames Jada.
It's the YT.
I saw something today where they blamed Jada Smith for Steph Curry's father's divorce. Like what?
I bet you she
Jada is a bad bitch. Excuse my expression.
Do all that, right?
I bet
she at home minding her business, scrambling her eggs, trying to make breakfast.
I say they're gonna blame her for the monkeypox next.
Yeah. She's passing it. Listen, let me tell you something.
Yeah, she's the one. That's it.
She wouldn't have pulled that round table shit on Tupac. I bet that. I ain't like that.
Well, Tupac ain't here to talk about it.
That's it. Because he would have said, however do you want it?
The only thing I don't like about the whole thing is that people want to blame Jada for other people's things, as if people do not have the power to make their own choices in the things that they do.
But see, I'm not blaming Jada. I'm blaming that thing got him in trouble.
Well, then that's Jada.
That thing.
It's not the sausage?
No, that ain't no
salami.
Salami, baby. We don't do sausage. Salami.
It's the box. So you're blaming the coochie, which means that you're blaming a woman because we are the only ones that carry that.
No. I'm blaming him for him allowing to let the coochie get to him.
It ain't.
You can't let the coochie make you. You got to make that coochie.
I think since this is the last show of the season, we just gonna let it all out.
We're gonna let it out.
We're gonna let it all out today. We're gonna let it all out, okay?
I forgot to get coordinated.
We should have all worn the same color, right?
We should have all worn the same colors. We sure should have came out here in some army fatigues, ready for battle. Like what? It's on now, y'all. Let's get
like all that shit we was holding in.
Yeah.
All right, let me calm down. Calm down. Calm down.
Exactly. Because he's trying playing
I've
nice
been
for Blue
cursed since
Rain and
season
everything.
3.
I'm so glad I had the final chance to say shit.
Exactly.
That's the problem with
Exactly.
radio, right? Is that we want to be on here and we want to just come through and just be who we are. And when you on radio, you kind of gotta like pull it back a
Yeah,
little
pull
bit.
it
And
back.
that wasn't who we set out to be, but it is the thing that we have to kind of contend with to make that work and for growth purposes.
Yeah, we may
However,
have to again. Who knows?
the
But
way that the three of us vibe, right, is just being who we are. And there's a lot of F's and S's and MF's and it's all wrapped in love.
oh
So
yeah,
if that's what happens today, it just is what it
just
is.
know that we still love each other after the show.
Yes, then and forever. Hey, guess what
Hey,
time it is?
whoa, oh, what time is it?
It is time for Let Me Ask My Cuz.
Ike,
Come on, anime.
let me ask my
Yeah. Take that. Can't stop. Won't stop. Conversation.
It's the cousin
Shit
show.
in the show.
Hey,
Michelle
hey,
one
it's the
up.
cousin
Big
show.
Ron.
Hey,
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 hey.
it's the
Look,
cousin show.
look,
Look.
at Shay. She doing
Season
her two
6.
spot.
Season 6, I'm not gonna look stupid. I'm gonna come up with something. I'm tired of y'all.
You gotta be like, ooh, or something, do something.
I'm gonna figure something. I'm gonna practice until it starts. Be like, nah, I'm not playing with y'all. I am relevant. But let me tell you what the question is. I'm gonna go first, Shell, if I could just steal it for
Well,
the
go
thunder from
home
me.
ahead with the
All right.
question.
So this is about my husband has a wandering eye and it bothers me. So we got this couple that have been together for a number of years, but she's just to a point where she's just over his shit. She said that he has a habit that's really starting to irk her, and that whenever they go out and he sees an attractive woman, he has this tendency to look twice. You get the first look, then you know that second long look,
Yeah,
and
that
then he turn
lingering.
to her and be like, "Sorry, baby," right? And she has repeatedly told this man that it is disrespectful what he does. And he apologizes, but then he turns around and he just does it again and again. She's to the point where she told him that he need to just go ahead and get whatever the hell it is that he looking for, right? Because
Oh,
she mad as hell.
don't do that.
And he told her that he thinks that she's being jealous and immature. And she's like, so what do y'all think? Because she over it. So Shell Boogie, what you think?
Well, I'm the person that I'm not tripping over a man looking at another woman because if I see a dude and he looks good, I'm gonna be like, okay. I might say it out loud. Damn, he fine, or whatever the case may be. Or if we see a woman and we together, I'll be like, sure, I don't blame you for looking. But that's just me. But I understand if it bothers you, it bothers you. I mean, that's just what it is. Now, there's a way to kind of be discreet and respectful. But if you're doing it in a disrespectful way, because if you're walking down the street with your partner and you like this, damn, and you just turn in and you looking, you like, then it's like, hello, I'm here. I'm over here. So kind of look over here. Yeah. So, I feel like men, if you're going to look, at least do it in a discreet way. Because, I mean, I'm not going to divorce you for looking. Like, I just think that that's a little too much. But if she feels the type of way and he's just not acknowledging or trying to change it, then are you going to leave him for it? What you going to do?
I don't know.
If
I got a
you
funny
beat him,
story,
join
but
him.
I'm going
Shit,
to let
look at
Rob
her
tell
ass
it.
too. Look at her ass too.
Look at her ass too.
I'm
Rob,
just
what
saying.
you think? What you think, Rob?
The booty. The booty. Listen to me. Ain't nothing like seeing a nice ass. And it doesn't, and especially on a woman, and it doesn't even mean that that's something that you're looking for. You're attracted to it. A nice shaped ass is something to look at. And you got to take that. You for a team now. Could you get crazy with it? Nah. And it's
Okay.
always about somebody's disposition on how they they handle things. Like
Mhm.
Right.
so me and my son spent the whole week together on the road, and
Hey, Chris.
he pointed this out to me, like your dad, and I realized he's right. Maybe I do it, but it's nothing better than a nice shapely ass.
But do
Nothing
you do
better.
that when you're with another woman? Do you look
Or
anyway?
your woman.
Yeah, it's a natural response.
Now,
So
now,
so
I don't know about
now.
so
that.
what I want to say
Okay.
is, but it's
I don't know
nothing.
about
You know
natural.
what it is? It's like looking at a nice car, right? We could look at a Lamborghini all day. You understand what I'm saying? But sometimes when a Lamborghini walks by, you goddamn, you gonna say that's a nice car, that's a nice ass. So
Mm, okay.
beautiful women are really something to really really look at. Do you get crazy with it now? But it'll shock you. God.
But if your lady has a problem with it, what do you do then?
Well, maybe needs to get one of those lifts or something, because she probably got a problem. That's why she's probably mad about it, because she don't have a nice
Because she got a
ass.
flatty and
Yeah,
not a
she got
fatty.
yeah she got shout out to my man
Well,
Ice. Hold on, shout out to my
let
man
me tell
Ice.
y'all
She
a
got
quick
a,
She might
story.
have flapjack ass.
Let me tell y'all a quick story. Coming across Linux in 137th Street, Flapjack.
a
Flapjack
flatty.
ass.
She got a flatty but not a fatty.
I'm coming across 137th Street one day. It's a couple across the street, like they both on the corner. And as I'm approaching, the man is like directly in front of me, and his lady is to his left. And it wasn't a space for me to get through. And he just stopped and stared at me, right? And as I got closer, in order to make room for me to get on the sidewalk, he took his hip and bumped his lady into the street. when, when I tell you, I was like, and she was stumbling. Oh, and she looked back at him like, what the fuck? I'm sure that it was the same thing that happened to you, Rob, when you see an ass. Like it's just in the moment, but I know that he had a very rough night that night. I
Of
just
course
put
he
my
did.
head down and kept walking because
Of course he did.
what the
She
hell is
brought that
wrong
up
with you?
all for the rest of the night. She brought
What
that
the
thing up.
hell is wrong with you?
Yo,
And I bring that up because I say it's all about how you do what you do, right? It's one thing to say, wow, she's beautiful, but you have to respect the lady that you're with, no matter
So,
what,
so
right?
so you
like
think that they shouldn't look at all, or should they be more discreet with it, or
Just to answer the guy on the couch's question, no, she was not unattractive at all. I don't know what the hell happened to the man. It was ridiculous. It was in a moment.
well?
hold
Go
on.
ahead,
Let me
Rashad.
say
Go ahead.
something,
Ask. I have a question
because
too.
I'm asking this question, because I want to know, it's like, if what was the woman? Do you feel for another woman when a man look at you? Because Shay, you was a talk of that boat. And a lot of guys was out there. A lot of guys was out there with their ladies. Only thing I know, I'm walking through, I'm just saying, God damn, oh, damn. I was like, what the hell? Oh, y'all crazy? Yeah, see, and I've seen it firsthand. Niggas,
I
excuse me,
don't
baby.
I don't pay no mind to that.
Well, but the
I
thing
didn't even
about
know
that
you
is
said
that
that to me.
as long as they can come and talk to you about it later on, but how they acting in front of their woman is a no whole another story.
Right.
No,
Like as
no, no.
long as you
Guys was
don't be
actually turning their
disrespectful.
heads. Like, and I'm like, are y'all, and it was guys we all grew up with. I'm like, are y'all serious? Are
But see,
y'all really
and that's the
serious
thing.
right
They can
now?
play that off like, "Oh, I didn't know that was Shay. Oh,
And
yeah,
I
oh
come
shit,
through
that's Shay.
I come
Yeah,
through
I
like,
didn't know that was Shay." So they can play that one off, especially if you know her. Oh, man, I
oh
grew up with her.
snap, how
We
you
grew up together.
doing?
Yeah, I grew up with
Right?
her. Meanwhile, you looking like, damn.
That 100, I was 70 pounds growing up. That's what
Right.
now it's
You
like,
talking about
hello.
Shay? And the girl be like,
I'm
what?
all the way
What's wrong
grown, y'all.
with you?
But
Yeah,
see, but that's
exactly.
what I'm saying. So when you look at another woman, it's just really admiring another woman's beauty. It doesn't mean any disrespect to your woman. Like I said, she might be, trophies. We all like trophies.
Well,
Well,
I have
I'm
a
gonna say
question.
I can
So
see women's beauty all
does
the
it
time,
think
and
does it
I can
mean
see it
that
too.
she's insecure with who she is?
Yeah,
If she
flapjack
acts that
ass.
way?
It depends on how they doing it to me, right? Because I don't. You need to make sure that I always feel like I'm the flyest chick there if I'm with you.
That's right.
So
That's
don't
true.
make me feel like every time I look away, you looking at that. Like, what are we doing here? You want it?
Yeah,
Go
because
get it.
right. Depends
What
on
you
how it was
doing?
done.
What you doing?
Listen,
Because God knows his brothers be looking really fucking good sometime, and I'm not looking at it like that. Like I'm with my man.
Now, because if you on the flip side of that, if a woman was doing that, y'all would be all up in your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
not me. I know who I is. I'm a fat horny dude, and I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm
It's
good.
about to be, it's about to be one of
Me,
these nights, huh?
me,
It's about
me,
to be one of these type of nights.
me and
I need
Pinky
a
gotta
sip.
understand it. We know what it is already. You
So
understand?
if you are
But
sure with who you are, no, but here's my thing. Women want to feel like they are the center of your attention. So if your head is on a swivel at every fat ass that walk by, then that makes her feel
but
like, okay, well, what the fuck is going on here?
right, you got to be respectful with it. You really
Yeah,
do.
you got to be respectful.
And
And
there's
like me,
also
I'm the type that I can admire a beautiful woman
Right.
and be like, yo, she's fly,
oh,
or she got a badass body, or whatever the case may be.
oh.
So if I know my dude, I know what he's gonna like. So I'm gonna be like,
Exactly.
yo, check
Like I
that
know
out.
he looked at it. I know you saw.
I know you saw it,
I saw. I
right?
know you
So
saw.
go
That's your
ahead, go
time. You
ahead,
like
just go
that?
ahead and look. Go ahead and look.
Get it over with. So while I
Just
look
go
too.
ahead. It's all good.
There's, there's always a saying, honey, you always look better going and coming.
Right. That's what they
Y'all
say.
rude.
But well, my face card is valid, so I ain't,
That's it.
So you know what I'm saying. So right. But anyway, yeah. So in that respect, so I guess we all kind of agree. It needs to be done respectfully. If you're gonna be just,
Respectfully.
don't keep your head on the swivel. Just,
And not
while you with your
everything
lady.
that walks by.
Yeah.
Like, be selective.
But how about this though?
Pick of the litter.
Because here go a new thing now, and now that we getting into this, I do find myself watching a little excessive now, and the reason why though, because I want to see how many women or try to figure out, did you take the shot? Did you have the surgery?
Mm,
Did it match? Does your hips match your ass? You understand what I'm saying?
okay. So
You
you
got to figure it out.
analyzing, not
Yeah,
necessarily
okay.
I got to
admiring.
sit back and analyze this shit.
Is this
Sometimes.
such
You
a
know what I'm
thing
saying?
as too much, Rod?
Oh
To you, do
yes,
you
yeah,
think that
yeah.
they're excessive with it?
Two blocks of ass is totally unnecessary.
But do you have a problem
2
with them?
blocks.
Like if
Yes,
a woman gets it
well,
enhanced at all,
yes, I
is
have
that
a problem
an
with that.
issue? You just
Yes.
want it
So you
natural?
trying to say you wouldn't
What
bend
do
it
you feel
over?
about boob jobs? You don't like them either?
Nah. Give me the flap. Real story. So, me and my sister was in Brooklyn, right? And we driving. This is a dead story.
Not
So
the
I
flapjacks.
stopped and I said, "Damn, new, she stacked like a brick shit." She said, "Her titties down the hair." I said, "In all, that shit's natural too." We just had this conversation all
So
the
it's
way back.
natural for you. So
It's natural. Give me the flabby joints.
okay. So
As long as they're real.
you wouldn't bend over the
You
fake.
saw
You
how
wouldn't
they
bend
was
over the
running their
fake.
roots, right? You
So
saw how
you
they was
wouldn't
running
bend
their
over
roots.
the fake booty. You wouldn't bend
Well,
it over.
I want to see what it really is. And I want to drive it one time because I don't think I had one yet. I want to.
Help, please. You want to drive it one time?
You're
No,
going to drive it one
you
time.
know how you go to the Nissan dealer and you see something new. You want to take it for a round of like
A little test drive,
little test drive.
Oh my goodness.
just for the one time. Okay, just for the one time.
Like if you give it a real good slap, do they say "ouch, nigga"? You know, something like that, or they don't even
not
feel it
at all.
at all.
Or do they not feel it? You done
Yeah.
tore that ass up, and you be like, damn, she don't feel none of this.
Yeah, we got some people in the chat that agree with you. Fake is not it. That's what
Nah,
we're
it's
hearing.
not it.
So,
It's
Okay.
not it.
all right. Well,
But a lot of men seem to be attracted to it, so that's kind of that's interesting. That it,
I wonder if it's about the moment and like Ross
what
said,
it looks
driving it
like.
right and not
Right.
necessarily keeping it.
Yeah,
I wonder.
right.
I don't know.
I
We don't
wonder.
have enough men on the show.
I mean,
We
I
just
know.
got Rod. Whatever. It's whatever. Okay.
So
We ain't getting
But
it.
I love the men that love the natural. So to me, team natural. I'm all for that.
I'm trying to, just like in Roots, you see they was running flat. They was in there. That's what I'm
It's still
saying.
stuck on Roots.
We stuck on roots. All right, next question. What is the next question?
The next question.
The next question.
No, that's not the
No,
next
that's not the
question.
next question.
I don't know what's wrong with him. The
he
question.
saw he saw ass. That's
The next question was about the person that wrote in and said that he doesn't want to be married anymore. He's been married for 3 years and is unhappy. He and his wife are not communicating well, and he just doesn't want to be married anymore and doesn't want to break his wife or her son because she
Oh,
has a
okay.
son, and he wants to know how to go about telling his wife that he doesn't want to be married anymore.
Mm.
y'all want me to go first? Because
Yeah,
Yep,
you
what you
go
gotta think
first.
about it.
it
Go
is a
first. Go
question from a
first.
man, so
Well, from a man's perspective now to a man's perspective from back then is different. So, yeah, for the family thing, keeping your family and your home together should be number one. And I think
Mhm.
once we get to a certain age, like where I'm at now, a lot of this shit is the same. A lot of the issues that we go through in relationships, a lot of stuff that happens, a lot of the times it could be us. You know, how we handle the situation or how we handle people. And sometimes when we break up our homes and we break up our families because of our own selfish needs, we're being selfish. We're not putting who we created at the same time in the forefront. So sometimes before you really, really seek to break up your home, try to figure a lot of things out. That should be the the last thing. You know, I don't think a lot of us has done that when we had children. We made the decision to have children or to raise families. First hot thing come up, oh no, I'm out. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, and I think that's what it is. Because from now, a lot of the issues that especially as men is that we're having is on how we're handling them. So it might not be that particular woman. It's on how we react to all women. You understand what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So you
so
find
what it
out,
sounds like what you're saying is that he needs to figure out how to fix something within
fix
himself.
something with them himself before you make
Okay.
that
Okay.
decision. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you think, Shell?
I agree with Ra when it comes to just deciding to just end the marriage. You know, you get married, it's supposed to be for better or for worse. Now we do know that all marriages do not last. Um, did the question say why he's feeling the way he's feeling?
Um,
Or does it
no, he just went on to say that their communication is terrible, but he did own that it's on his end and he tends to shut down when he gets upset.
so he wants to leave the wife because he can't communicate?
Well, that they're both unhappy. He said she's unhappy, he's unhappy. They've been married for 3 years. Um,
Wow, just 3 years.
right. And to me,
That's
that there's two things that stand out to me: the fact that it's only been 3 years, and the fact that they're having communication issues.
already.
Right.
That
Because
sounds like they should have never got married to begin with. But
and
being
right.
that
So
they're
here
in
you
it,
are, like I've only invested 3 years. It's time to jump
now
ship.
I'm ready to
Like
go.
that's where I'm feeling like that might be where it's coming from. But what concerns me most is the inability to communicate. And I
Right.
think that when you're in a marriage, before you walk away from it, you should exhaust every
Every
single
absolutely.
possibility, right? Which means that if the
Absolutely.
communication is a problem, you got to figure out how to get past that.
Right.
And
And,
if
and
that
the
you don't
fact
know what you might open up, you might.
and the fact that he's recognizing that it's a communication issue, so you know what it is. So that's something that you can start where you can start there.
And
So,
on
but
your end, right?
and on your
Own
end, right?
yours. So if
Owning
you know it's a
yours.
little bit of you, if you can fix that and then be able to say it's still not working, then that's something
Right.
different.
Then
But
it's
then if you
something
know
different.
it's a
Yeah.
flaw, and so I go back to what Ross said. I agree that sometimes you got to self-examine and then work on fixing the
Right.
issue with yourself. And then with that, once you've done the work for yourself, otherwise you're going to be no good to the next woman
Right.
either. So
It definitely starts with you. You have to look at
But
yourself because you could point the finger at the partner the whole time. Oh, she doesn't do this. She doesn't do that. She doesn't do this. Okay, well, what are you doing?
mhm.
but see, that's the other that's the truth. That's definitely the truth. But
Yeah.
here's a question though with this communication thing is I think sometimes some women can require too much goddamn communication. We,
What does that
we
exactly mean? Too
yo,
much
yo,
communication. What does that mean?
see, like I said, this is the last show, ladies. We putting all this on the table. I had a lot to say this year, but
What does
I'm
that
honestly,
mean?
it's like some women, and like I said, dealing with the issues that they have as women, they always seek the problem in the person that they're with. And a lot of the times it could be their issue, and it's always a communication. I have to talk. We have to do this. We have to communicate. It's like how many times can you go around the block communicating about the same shit?
Can I,
Yes,
Oh
please,
yeah, yeah.
can I?
please.
Let's
Yeah.
talk
Okay.
about it.
Okay.
Let's
All
talk
right.
about it.
So you said something. How many times can we talk about the same thing? So here's the thing. If I'm your lady and I'm communicating to you, babe, this is whatever, is this, and you do nothing to hear me, you're not trying to hear me and you're not changing it, then I have to come back and talk about the same thing again. Most times when women talk about the same things, it's because the same thing is the same thing and it keeps happening and it's not changing.
I disagree.
What you mean? If it's,
I think
go ahead.
I think they're looking for another outcome in the same outcome in a different situation. Because again, it could be okay. So I've heard this a lot of the times. Oh, you don't make me feel safe and secure in our relationship, and this, that, and the other. And then I might hear somebody else talk about that same woman, and she has that same issue. Now this guy didn't make her feel safe
Well,
and secure
because
in her
maybe he
issue.
did. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he
No,
didn't.
no. There's a saying. There's a saying.
Oh shit.
If everybody calls you a saddle, you might as well buy a goddamn horse.
Okay. Um, I don't know how to
You
unpack
get a
that one
sip.
100%. Right? I need a sip for that one too. Hold on. Let me go talk together.
Yeah, yeah. Let's talk about
This is our drinking show.
Yeah.
it.
So, um, if a woman has an issue, right, and you're saying the same issue with a different man, that
Right.
she's not feeling safe and secure, and that was your example in
Let's
that
let's just say
particular
as an
situation.
example. Yes.
Okay. um, there are situations where a woman, and it goes back to communication, right? Because you're complaining about a particular thing, but the problem is really, what is the outcome? Is it that you're not calling and saying, baby, did you get home safely? Or
Hmm.
you're not saying, look here, I'm going to meet you X, Y, and Z because I don't want you to walk home alone. I'm going to take you to the so and so. What does it take? Right? Because it means you now have to say, what is it that you need that's going to make you feel safe and secure? Do you need me to what? And is
But
that going to fill the void?
what I'm saying is now it's coming from a different man.
I
So
understand,
again,
but
it's the
we ain't
reason
worried about
why.
a different man.
Right,
We're
right,
worrying
right.
about your situation with this particular woman, right? And I know that's just the scenario, but in that case, part of it is also saying, what does it require, right? Because sometimes
Right.
people, and I you saying a woman, but I'm saying even from a, as a woman, my perspective from a man, and men having complaints in the relationship that this is wrong and that is wrong, and you're not coming through for me, you're not supporting me in the right way. Sometimes it's like,
I,
support looks like this to me, and
right.
if it
But
That's
see,
looks
I
like
got a
that to me, then that's what I
right.
require,
But
and
find
but
that,
out
but
what
right. But see,
protection looks like
I
to
got a
her.
problem with men that do that. What you say?
what did
Because
I say? Because I don't
because
know if you
because
understood.
you said no. Because you saying about men when they complain, or you guys, oh, you're not supporting of me. You're not doing this. I have a problem with men that do that too.
Well, let's talk about
Because
that.
because
Well, why?
because
But why?
because you know who you're dealing with already. You know who you're dealing with already. Any man to me would know what they woman are, is, or whatever the case may have been. So if I feel like I'm with my woman and she's not supportive, then that's something that she is. I mean, at the same point, you know how some guys say, "That's my wife, she crazy." A lot of the times,
Oh,
a man, no, and it's
okay,
not coming from a negative place, but a
okay,
man knows his woman, and a man is not expecting a different outcome from that woman and what a woman is not doing. You
okay.
make a decision. So if you don't get what you want out of a certain situation, then you know what? You might have to put your slippers on and start thinking
Okay.
what else it is.
Yes, I'm going to add to that.
Now any
Hmm.
man, hold on, any man, not women, men, because you know y'all always have shit going
No,
on.
we don't always
But
not.
yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
but we're not gonna go
Don't
there
answer
tonight.
We're not
that.
going to do that.
But what I'm trying to tell you is that when a man does it, I find a problem with that.
Go
Man
ahead,
up,
Shell.
nigga. You know your woman crazy.
Go ahead, Shell. What you was going to add to that?
What you said, I'm with you on that. But knowing who you have is knowing who you have because you've accepted this person. But something like support is serious. Like how can you be in a relationship with somebody who's not supportive? But my
That's
thing
what you
is,
chose.
I mean, you chose that person, but maybe you chose that person thinking something else.
And I think
That's what
that
I'm
links
trying to
to
tell
our
you.
topic, though. Like, because we
I know
just
we
on
need
the
to, yeah,
topic
we
for
need to
the
segue
show, and
into the topic.
we
But
are
let's
kind of
put a
getting
pin.
into it a little
We
bit.
are getting into it. Yes. Yeah.
And the
Right.
Oh
topic of the
yeah,
show,
I missed the production meeting too. So this is great. This is
you
great
just
media, girls.
horrible.
This
You
is
just
great media.
horrible. Well, you're already there, right?
So we're segueing into the topic.
My guy on the couch, and I'm sorry, you're a guy too, has reminded us that we have neglected the chat.
Hey, Chad.
So
This
Hey,
is
sorry.
why he's so
chat.
important. Because when we miss stuff, he always is, guides us.
Yes, he
And plus,
reminds us
I
because
think
I want to talk
we're
about
slipping
Raleigh
a
is
little
in the
bit.
chat, Tracy is in the chat. I see my
Littles,
homie Rose
littles.
is
Marta, what's
in the
up,
chat,
Roberto? And Kenya.
and they are Kenya's in the chat. Kenya always comes through,
Shout
and
out
I
to the
just wanted to
Facebook.
also shout out to you guys to one of the questions, and this is and I want to hear from the chat because this is the question that we had. When do you decide to be happy?
Mm.
And I brought that up because of what Rashe was saying, right? About men that go, that's my lady, she crazy. That's my lady, she don't really support me in that particular situation. I ask, are you happy in that situation? And if you're not, are you able to exercise your right to put them hush puppies on and get on down the road?
Ooh, not the hush puppy. How about the Jordans, maybe?
Well, I
Or the
went back to
alligators.
Richard Pryor.
Pull
Richard
the
Pryor said
alligators.
hush puppies.
Pull the alligators.
Said not in them hush puppies, you
Get to
won't.
get it. But when do you
Bust
decide to be
around.
happy in your
Sorry.
relationship? Now, let's go back to what Rashe
In
was saying
life.
about that's the person in life, period. Yeah. Go to what he was saying about the person that you chose. That is the person that you chose. Now, what if you had a person that was supportive in the beginning and then all of a sudden they stop?
Because you started leveling up. Next minute,
So
they jealous.
what do you do in that instance? Because now it's like, okay, this person was supportive before I chose them that way. Now, so you don't address it, or you just let it
Just be
slide
like,
and put on your slippers and get to sliding.
Tay said, my Uggs, she gonna get on down the road with her Uggs.
Tay, what's
That's
up,
for me,
girl?
Tay. They croc over here, boy. I done found that croc life.
I
don't
got
even
some
know what to
flip
do with
flops.
myself.
Got my flip
Okay,
flops.
and this is what I'm telling you about a man's situation. Let's take my life for instance, right? So I'm gonna give y'all a quick schedule from last week. We left New York. We ended up in Orlando. We got to Orlando. We spent the night. We went to Northern Florida. Northern Florida. Next night we went to Orlando. We stayed 2 nights in Atlanta. Came back to Northern Florida. Back to Orlando. Spent 2 more nights. Flew back home. DJ'd the party on Friday. Next thing you know, DJ the party Saturday night. Sunday night I got a podcast. Now, how do I turn around and ask a woman to really require of her to support me?
Well,
Or
it
just
depends
only
on
thing I could settle for at this point in my life is understanding.
Okay. Well, if
because
that's what
my
support
life
looks
is
like
what it
to you,
is.
then that's what it is. Now, support can come in many different ways. If
Correct.
support looks like that, if support is
That's not
understanding for
support.
you, that understanding
No,
is
no, no, no,
support.
no, no.
Absolutely. I agree. That's
What I'm trying
support.
to say, no, what I'm trying to say is when I say about
No.
support,
What are you trying to say? 'Cause go
what I'm
on.
trying to say about support is sometimes that word can a word like this can become like this.
If
You
you let
understand
it.
what I'm saying?
If you
So
let
a
it.
man is allowed. So my thing is as men to me, oh my bam bam shit, yeah, I said it, is that you don't have expectations on life about anything. You should just believe in yourself and everything else is going to fall into place. So to me,
As you
I
should.
don't put that
I don't think that's a
expectation.
bam bam.
I
I
no I
That's
agree.
not
don't
a bam
no,
bam.
hold
I
on now,
agree.
I don't put that expectation on no woman to help me or whatever it is to thrive with me because this is what I'm doing. This is who I am. Now, if we could come together on one page and move forward, then that's something else. But I can't sit and bitch about some woman or a woman that is not supportive of what I'm doing. And I know my life is hectic already. I chose it.
Well, no, if you
But
chose to
You
I
be in a
understand what I'm saying?
that's
relationship, hold on.
right,
If you're
Michelle.
in a situation and you're in a relationship or you're married or you have a
Right.
partner, not just somebody you might be bending over. We ain't talking about her. We're talking about the person you're in a relationship with. We not talking about her.
He already
We
Pinky done woke up. Go
We
ahead.
talking we talking about the person that you're building a life with. So these are conversations that you have in your relationship. Whatever support looks like, I think support, the word support gets people all up in because it could be financial support, it could be whatever type of support. But whatever it looks like to you, like you said, understanding. You would need a woman to be understanding of your hectic life. And for
You
you,
don't
to
have
me,
well
that's
in my
support.
life. You don't have no choice but to be
Well,
understanding.
no, they do have a
Because
If
guess
choice.
they
what
choose
happened?
to be
No,
in
if
your
they
life,
choose to,
if
and
they
if they
right,
choose to
decide that
be,
right,
they can't, then
exactly,
it's they need to go. So that's the
right.
point that I'm making. But if a man wants to have a conversation with her about that, I think he has every right to.
But he
You
has no
know,
right to keep feeling and throbbing on the same thing. As you know who you're with already. Your woman don't your woman don't necessarily have to like your lifestyle or what you have to do. But if you love a man, you love a man. Yeah. There's this big stigma on DJs and nightlife and entertainers and stuff like that. And it's difficult. So if you gotta come home and complain, oh, you're out again, you're doing this, you're
then
doing that,
that's not
then
support.
right. But again, it's not support. But at the same point is why would I bitch about it? And I know that's how she feel. Majority of men understand. I could call women and realize what the outcome is going to be from this conversation before I even have it.
Well, see, there's a difference between effective communication and bitching and complaining. Everything doesn't
Right.
have to be that. A
Yeah, but men
conversation
be
with
doing
your
that shit.
partner. Well, they
right?
do. But
So
having a healthy conversation with your partner about you might be feeling some type of way about something is a conversation. You guys can go from there. Now it turns into bitching and complaining most times when you're having these conversations all the time and shit ain't changing. And at that point, then you have to decide what the hell you're gonna do. That's why we go. When do you decide to be happy? If you're miserable in a situation,
AJ wants to know what about compromise,
um, this should be compromised in the relationship.
Not when it comes
right?
to
And
finances.
Only
I
when it
think
comes. Okay,
I
If
what
it
do
agree
you
with
affects
got?
you
the
on that, Rob.
finances.
But
Okay, I agree.
in your particular situation, as far as being a DJ, because you did point out your situation, I think that if you are in a position with a woman who wants to be in your life and you're starting this relationship out and you're sharing with her what your life looks like, she has the option whether or not she's capable of signing on to that
Right.
particular thing,
So
right?
she
Because
recognize that.
you have to be secure within yourself, knowing that there are women that are just attracted because you're a DJ, right? You look like whatever. They be like, the
Because
DJ.
you said
I've been in
yourself
clubs with women and
you
they'd be like, oh, the DJ.
the
And I'm like,
DJ.
where? Where the DJ at? What do he look like? I ain't even see him. You know, he behind the glass. I don't give a damn. He playing music. Fuck him. He can't even buy me a drink because he
You know,
behind the DJ booth.
they be
But
liking us
they
because
be
we know
liking
the
him.
DJ. They like us because we know the DJ.
Right. So you got those women, but there are women. So having a woman, it really means standing up front and being like, this is what my life looks like right now
Right.
because this is the goals that I'm trying to do. And if you're having conversation, support for you could be coming home and having a meal that night because you've
Right.
been in the street all day and you want a home cooked meal. You've been in the street for days, and that could be support.
That's
You know,
support.
it
Right.
depends on the relationship. But then, are you? Do you get in a relationship with a woman who bitches and moans and you notice she's not happy
Absolutely
with the
not.
situation?
But
Does it
that's what.
affect your happiness?
Does it
Or
affect
do
your
you
happiness?
decide to say, this isn't what
For me.
I want?
But this is what I'm trying to explain to you about that word communication. Is what some women can over communicate
I
because
I
they
don't
want, hold
know
on,
who that is.
they want the man, they want the lifestyle, they even might love the salami, but at
You
the
had to
same
you had to throw that in there. You
at the
had to
same,
throw that in
you
there.
gotta put some respect on that.
No,
But
I'm
what I'm
not.
trying to say
Your
Absolutely
face.
not.
is that they might not
Absolutely
like a
not.
lot of other things. So now you might try to take a DJ and make him a track worker. You understand what I'm
Over,
saying?
I don't know what over communication means. Like that's I'm a little lost with that. Over communication because what the hell is that?
I think that's complaining and she arguing and she
That's
just
the
fussing.
complaining. That's not
That's
over
not
communicating.
communicating.
No, sometimes it's not.
Communicating
It's
is
part
saying
of
that I feel insecure when you come in at 3 in the morning and you giggling and you come in the door with your
That's
phone and it's
communicating.
you on a conference call with five of your friends and three of them are women and
And I'm
I'm
feeling
not a part of
neglected.
it and I'm not a
Right.
part of that lifestyle and I feel left out. That's communication. That's expressing your feelings in a
How you
healthy
feel.
way and you being able to say, well, baby, I need you to come with me on the road these next 2 trips to see what it is that I'm really doing because it ain't even
Or
like that.
I need you
Or
to understand that this is my life and you knew this is what it was or whatever the case may be. We met. Well, no, not that because nobody wants to hear that. You knew what it was when I met you, but that's gonna set somebody off. You say some shit like
yeah,
that.
say, well, I
no,
don't
no,
know.
no,
Don't say that to me. Don't say
no,
that to
no,
me.
right. But no, you're right about certain things. But at the same point, is when you're constantly, like I said, and it's not my situation. I'm saying if you get with somebody else and you're still having these same conversations, now it's not the DJ, it's the lawyer.
So can we talk
You
about
understand what I'm
when you're
saying?
saying when we keep having these same conversations? That generally means that nothing's changing.
No, that generally means I feel that she's with the man for all the wrong reasons, and she's just not
So
happy
is that what you feel?
with that situation. When a woman is
Oh,
constantly
okay.
doing certain things, because there's certain things, it's certain things that attract women to men. It could be certain things about that man, but that might not be the man that you ultimately want to be with. So you'll take 5 out of 8, and knowing good and goddamn well you need 8 out of 8.
Mm-hmm.
You
Wait,
understand
the
what I'm saying?
Facebook user, what did okay, I don't know who the Facebook user is. Is that you, Prince? I think that's P. I had a person tell me that it's not about being happy because no one is happy all the time. He told me that you got to weather the storm because there's no sunshine without rain. Ain't no sunshine.
That's bullshit. It better
I don't 100%
when I
agree with
meet you
that, but
and
I get it.
sunshine when we get together.
I agree that no one is 100%
No
happy
one is
because
100% happiness.
you have highs and
Right.
lows, right? But it is
You do.
also
You
about
do.
a always being deliberate about putting things in your life that bring happiness to you.
Happiness.
And
Because
when you are in
it's
a
a mindset.
position, right, when you are faced with something that jeopardizes that, acknowledging it and saying, I choose otherwise, right?
Right.
So personally, right, because the question is really about when did you decide to be
Right.
happy? And for me, I know that what changed my mindset about things in life was when my mother passed away.
Mm-hmm.
I became deliberate about the days that I spend being things of joy in my life, the people, the places, the things that I do, because I'm a believer that tomorrow's not promised. And so for me, I've been very deliberate about
Mm-hmm.
doing things in my life that bring me happiness and joy. I don't spend a lot of time with people or in places that
Right.
compromise that. You don't find me in mess. I don't get caught up in foolishness because there's no happiness in that
At
place for
all.
me. So since then, I have, and I won't say that every day's been great. I won't say every year, because there have been years where I had to be like, wait a minute, hello, tomorrow's not promised. I got to get myself into the
Right.
light again. But that was for me the pivotal
Step
point.
into the light, Carolyn.
I have to get in the light, girl. It's real. It's serious. Like, the hell, I can't. I don't have the energy. I don't have it in me, and life is so short that
But
I won't do it.
yeah, but
So, Rob,
someone.
I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
When do you decide to be happy?
Oh, I'm
You
always happy.
every day?
And what that I keep the negative energy is what
Or
I
when
vibe on.
did you decide? Let me just
Right.
rephrase that. When
Oh,
did you decide
okay.
to be happy?
It took me a long time to get it when I had to stop living my life for other people. You understand what I'm
Okay.
Mm,
saying?
But
And
was there a
definitely.
realize
situation that happened? Like for me, like I know it was my mother passing away. Can you recall if there was like a certain thing that happened or something that, changed your mind? You sat down on a rock one day looking at the ocean, a seal jumped out the water and said,
Hilarious.
"Whoop," I don't know.
yo, I'm be honest, I was going to therapy,
You said a
right?
Okay.
rock,
Yeah, because
And
not
I
the
rock.
turned
rock you be low on a rock. But go ahead. So
I'm
therapy.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
I was
therapy.
going
Oh
to I
my God,
was
I'm such an advocate for therapy. So
yeah, I was
I
going
love
to
Absolutely.
therapy
Absolutely. Me too.
and the thing is but you have to find the right therapist.
oh
And
yeah.
so I had maybe let's say 3 sessions with this woman. And she was an African American woman. And we were talking. At the end of one session, I said, "Well, so when are we gonna see? When I want to see you again?" Like, and she said to me, "Well, saw you a couple times, few times, and what I'm going to tell you is, you have all the answers that you need.
Because you a damn know-it-all.
Is
That's, oh,
is
I'm
just
sorry.
that it's
That's
just that
production meeting. That's production
you
meeting
you
talk. Sorry.
you don't put the you don't make that right decision and say when, but you're thinking about everybody else." So what
Okay.
I turned around was, so I said, she said, but I could take your money and we could sit down and keep talking about it. And after I walked out that office, I never made another appointment. And I realized it. I said, this has to really, really be about my living my life for me. And if I'm not able to be in a certain place in life, I can't help anything around me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
I want
Everybody
to bring
goes to
that to
therapy
you,
for
Michelle.
everybody goes to therapy for a lot of different reasons. Some people go to therapy because they're trying to figure out why their life is the way that it is or why things are the way. So for you, that's what you needed in that moment.
Not that's what it was. And the thing was is so be it my
It changed
children,
the
yeah,
trajectory of your life.
Trajectory
right,
of your
being
life,
right,
right?
Put a
children,
pin in it.
girlfriend,
Like,
family, whatever.
Yeah.
I have to come first. My
There are
mental health
some
has to be first. My
absolutely.
finances have to be first. My decisions have to be first. Because when you have all that weight on your shoulders, you can't stand the fall. You understand what I'm
okay,
saying? So
Hmm.
at the same time, so that was it with me. So soon as the energy comes, like getting back to energy, if that negative energy is around me, I get clammy, and it creates anxiety for me now.
mm-hmm,
So at that time, so at that time, it could be a dating situation. I just won't call no more. I won't take the
okay,
phone call.
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? It could be anything. When the kids get on my nerves, I gotta let that go. I can't answer my kids' call this day. It could
mm-hmm,
be the mom. It could be anything. But whatever it is, if you're not able to really, really protect your mental health, finances, and things that you need to do in life, you can't help nobody else.
What
I
about
agree.
you, Shell? Is there a point in life when you can
Yeah, I'm
point
gonna
to?
a point in life for me when I decided to be happy was when my dad died.
Okay.
And because my father passing away was something that I needed to kind of deal with, some things that I needed to deal with him, that I had
Mm-hmm.
to, deal with in my heart in order to move forward and find some sort of peace in my life. So that's when my journey really, really started to really be happy just in general, because every day I had to wake up in the morning, and this is the day I say I decide to be happy. You know,
Right.
you have to wake up with that in your mind. No matter what's going on, you could be shit could be going on all around you, but you can still be happy in spite of. But that was when I really decided, because I realized there was a lot of unresolved shit that I had with my dad that I needed to deal with and unpack, even though he was gone. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
that was when the journey started for me.
It's
So,
interesting that you say that you unpacked it after he passed away, though.
yeah, I thought that I dealt with a lot of those things while he was still alive, but there was so much that I hadn't unpacked until
Mhm.
after he passed away. I made peace. My last moments with my father was, you know, me kind of telling him how I felt about a lot of things, but he could never really give me anything, because my father, he was conscious, but he was not conscious. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
in that moment, it was something that I needed to do so that I could be able to move forward, because I don't want to hold on to shit once he's gone. Because once he's gone, what the fuck? What am I gonna do? Nothing I could do. So then now I had this. There was a lot more to unpack after he passed away, because I had to
Mhm.
start looking at things differently. I had to start looking at the way that my father lived his own life, and the things that might have affected him when he was a child, and why he was the man that he was. So once I started to deal with that and recognize that that was who he was, then I was able to kind of unpack and start to deal with my shit the way I started to deal with it. It took a
Yeah.
long time, and it's still a process. Like, it's not something that goes away.
I received that so well because I think for me, it was when I recognized that my mother was subjected to the same flaws that I am and the
Right.
same like mess. Like everybody doesn't process it the same. And once I was able to humanize her and just make her a woman and
Right.
not just my mother, and why the hell can't
Right.
you show up the way that I need you to? And me not even being able to tell her what exactly it was that I needed, right? Um, changed
Excuse me.
my ability to forgive a lot of the things that
Yeah.
happened for me.
Because
So,
my mother dying, I didn't have that same thought process, because I always, my relationship with my mother was what it was. And I didn't have no ill feelings towards my mother like I did
mhm,
my dad. You
right,
know what I'm saying? So I was my mother, like, it's whatever. Like, I had issues with my father,
right.
but then as I started to unpack the shit with my father, I started recognizing that shit, I did have some issues with my mother too.
Right. And somehow, you know what's funny that you say that because I feel the same way. Like if I tell somebody the stories, it sounds horrible,
Hmm.
but somehow they were forgivable,
Right.
right?
Because she was the
Even
one that
in
was
the
there and
moment.
present. Hmm.
And my father passing away, I didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
Like he was for me, unlike you, my father had no
Yeah.
weight in my
Right.
life. He just
Right. At
wasn't
all.
at all. And so sorry that he's gone, but not. I don't
Yeah.
have anything here. Just wish that it could have been a different relationship. That maybe I could have felt differently about him. But um, I didn't ever. I never suffered that need to have the relationship with my father because my mother seemed to cover it for me, and it was
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
see,
it.
the death of my father, what it taught me, even with my dad being sick, um, because with the COPD and everything that he had, he started to deteriorate, right, as a man.
Yeah.
And one thing I understood with him is that, and this was the turning point in life with him was relationships, not to settle. He stayed to me. He stayed with somebody that he wasn't truly happy with
Mm.
over the years, and it was probably more of a financial situation. And I think toward the end, now you're not. He wasn't mobile the way he used to be because crewman is a little difficult. We be doing some things, so he wasn't able to move around the way he
Don't
used
we
to,
know it?
right? And now,
Or
or now he's stuck in the house with this woman
Right.
because he can't get around or live the way he wants to live. And at some point, I think he lost that will.
Mm.
So the turning point to me was is that, and this has a lot to do with being happy. That's why, y'all can say, "Oh yeah, who's this one and who's that one?" Because it has to be the right one. Because I can't stand back to settle. Because when I'm 80, I don't want to look like that. I don't want to run from my wife. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, you wanna
And,
you wanna align
and,
yourself with somebody who
Because you
right.
want to
is
I don't
enjoy
want
the
to.
rest
I
right.
don't
of
want
your
to just
life.
settle. I don't want to
Yeah.
settle, and that's why I felt that he did, and I saw his misery. And
That's
he was
like
always a
Martin
happy
Lawrence. Why you
guy.
cut your hair, huh? Huh?
Huh? Huh?
Yeah,
Looking over at her like, Lord,
Yeah,
she's still
this is
here.
what I got
yeah,
to look like.
yeah.
And
So
and that's the thing that you said, not wanting to settle. And at some point you get to a point where it's just like, fuck it. I'm just
yeah,
here.
yeah, and you
People
don't
do
want to
that
settle.
because they
You don't
don't
want
want
to
to be
settle.
alone.
No,
Don't
I'll
want to
never
be
settle.
alone.
You understand what I'm
Me
saying?
neither. I've done
Yeah,
that
you
too
don't
much
want to be
already. So it's
alone.
like I can't do it now at this point in my life. So
Right.
if we can still find love. Don't worry, we ain't too old, bro.
Not
We
for
can
a
Nah,
still
long
yo,
shot,
nah.
honey.
Listen,
still find
I
love.
know, I know a good maybe 5 people that are 50 plus that got married this year. I
Me too.
truly think 50 is the new 30 right now.
Me too. That's
I
why
think
I'll
it's a
never
50
give
is the
up
level
new
on it.
of
30s.
knowing who you are, right? At
Right.
some you get to a point where you're unapologetically like, this is who I am. This is what I'm going to show up. You kind of know what it is that you're looking for at some point. Because when we talk about what the support look like and things of that nature, we know that there are certain things that, hey, this is what I require. Some people, we all need different things. But when
Right.
you get to this age, it's like, this is it, and I know it when I see it. And you're able to find it, at least to me, if you go out, you meet people, you just got to be in a place where you continue to socialize, because I think that's
Right.
part of it. Like, we home, ain't nobody coming to knock on the door and find you now.
Not y'all, baby. I'll be
They
out.
sure.
I'll be
I
out.
know you do. You
You
terrible.
at the club.
Yeah,
Ain't
baby.
nothing
You
in
at
the club though.
you
Ain't
down
nothing
there at
in,
the pool
ain't nothing
party
in
with
the, in the
two,
club but
two
Casamigos
and two
and
blocks of
condoms.
ass and two
and,
blocks of
and,
ass.
and legs.
Yes, ain't nothing in the
Now,
club.
I don't know if you might find. You might have to go down to the church.
Hold up.
Supermarket.
Them church girls or something. That's where it started at.
That's what they say. Listen, I'm not gonna talk about no church girls. Okay, we ain't gonna do that.
I'll tell you about them. What you want to know?
Shut up! Just stop it. Just stop
I
it.
don't
That's
know
why they
who's
don't let
worse.
his ass in there now.
So basically, happiness is a decision. You have to decide to be happy. At whatever point in your life, if you are wherever you are right now in your life, you have to decide to be
Jerome
happy.
made that point in the chat. He said that he decided that when it came to happiness, that it has everything to do with himself.
Himself,
Absolutely,
exactly.
Um,
it does
it,
have
it, it
everything to do with
relies on no
yourself.
one
Exactly.
but yourself, and I agree with that. Like,
Tammy, we not talking about that pastor on TikTok. He looking for a wife. I don't want him.
yeah,
Happiness has everything to do with yourself and no one else. And when you start looking for
Yes.
happiness in other people, that's when you're going to go wrong and you're going to be miserable.
That's what I keep telling you about these women that keep having these conversations. You don't make me feel. You don't make me feel. You don't make me feel. God damn it, how do you feel about yourself? Should be the question I need to be asking.
uh, I guess I understand that a little bit more. The
Yeah,
more
I
I
do.
drink, the more it
The
becomes
more
clear.
and the older we are, it's a because you talk about the women that are complaining and nagging and in these
Because they want you to
relationships,
be something that you're
and
not.
you're not,
And
and
that's
vice
where the
versa.
problem is. Like,
That's
you
what the
you
problem
knew,
is.
right? And so Michelle, I know nobody should say this. You knew what it was, but you knew the
I
man when you
don't say that
got
shit to
him.
me. I'm gonna
And
cut
if you knew that, right, then how
you.
could you be angry if you decide that you want to date a DJ? How are you frustrated with the fact
That
that he's
he's
never home
DJing. That
when you
he's
know that
DJing.
that's what he does?
You know
Like,
why?
you can't
Because
expect
They
less.
want to change you. They want to change you into being the person that, and that's a lot. That's a problem with a lot of people or women or whatever. They meet a man and they want to change him into the man that they really want.
Men do it too.
Men do it
They
too.
meet you and you be fine. You be dressing, you be doing things, and then they get with you and they like, where you going with that on? Be like,
Right.
this the outfit I met you in.
What I mean? Okay, I got you now. So
Same
change that.
outfit, same outfit. Like, no, nobody can see it now. That's mine. Like,
I think that's
who I
wrong.
am.
I think that's
it's
wrong.
too.
Now, I think that if you're a person that you dress provocatively and you do, I mean, once you get into a relationship, there can be some toning down, but I don't think it should change. You should change who you said. No toning down.
We're all that shit. All.
Some men don't mind it, but my thing is be who you are, because you can get lost in some shit if you just start doing everything that, okay, your man don't want you to do that, he don't want you to do that, or she don't want you. That's the problem.
Like
it means I'm not for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Or that you insecure now, because now you got me. Now I can't wear this because what? You think some other man's gonna come along?
People ignore what they see for what they want to believe. I agree with that as far as, you meet somebody and I just like, that's like people who fall in love with potential.
Oh.
Right? Because look, hey, look, he said this what we going in one day, and they happy with the one day until they end it and realize that one day is 5 years from now, 10 years from now.
Or is it like spades? It's a possible.
Hey, love with the possibility of him being great, because you see greatness in your mate. Right, you see greatness in your mate. Like, hey, I'm rock out. We're gonna be able to do this in a couple years down the line. She's gonna give me some children, but she won't get off the pole. You like, what the hell, girl? Like, come on now from that pole. Let's make this baby.
Before you know it, you're 20 pounds heavier. He's telling you how sexy you are.
Yo, but you know what's funny though, because this is where it kills me with happiness. Like, if somebody, like with me, I don't want to sound bugged out, but if it happens
now
for
you
me,
don't.
nah, because it ain't never bugged out. It's y'all. It's not me. It's y'all. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy.
Yeah,
I realize that this season I don't even let y'all get to me no more. But what I'm trying is, I can't help y'all. I can't help y'all no more.
So go ahead, make your point.
That's right. Go on, say what you got to say.
So what I'm saying is, true happiness to me, what it looks like now, is if I have somebody in my life, I'm good. But if I don't have somebody in my life, I'm still good.
Still good. Absolutely.
I'm still good. That's not the thing that I'm looking for. I like joyful moments. I like joyful with my kids. Moments with my kids, traveling with my kids. Just traveling, period. Digging deeper into my career. It's other things on the agenda in my life that's making me, giving me fulfillment. You know what I'm saying? They turn around waiting for her to come through the door
to make it happen.
There are people in this world who believe that that is the epitome of where their happiness is going to come from, finding a mate and being able to build this relationship and having that partner, that best friend. I want this person that's by my side, and that is where the happiness starts from, having somebody in your life that gives you that.
Guy on the couch. I'm trying to see, Rolly, if you're still there, when you said most social media plays a big part, elaborate on that for me. If you still
I didn't understand that either. That's why I ain't pointing it out. I was like, okay, just because he wrote it in capital letters don't make it right.
He's over there yelling. He's yelling at the damn screen.
Like social media.
Yeah, because I'll be wondering, but it's like that. It's like that. So true happiness to me is just, like I said, is really happiness with the spouse or happiness without one. You're still happy.
Finding your
Don't
lane.
worry.
Shut up.
Be happy.
That sounds like smoked a little something.
Over there burning the damn sage and
I'm sipping a little.
God knows what else.
I say.
No.
Go.
Tell you to hush.
Don't engage. Don't engage.
Tell you to hush.
That's your mama.
He's like,
Anyway,
he muted. You know, we just having
yeah,
fun right
because he
now.
had
This is
to
our
shut it
last
down.
season.
Said,
Yeah.
no, go ahead with yourself. Anyway, yeah.
She's like,
Oh,
don't she know we doing the show?
that's like me when I be at work and I
You
be
know
on
that nigga
Zoom
don't
calls
care.
and
We
conference
doing the
calls.
show, girl.
This is what I do to the kids. They be talking to me. I
He
be on
said,
business Zoom
wait,
calls. I be
Riley
like,
says it seems like it's always competition.
I'm gonna assume that he means with your mate, like you're in a place where,
Oh, and you're a competition with your partner?
yes,
Elaborate, please.
Oh,
no, he's gonna write it in capital letters once again.
because he's yelling again.
I
He's
can't
yelling
take
at
it
us.
no more. He said, it seems like it's always
Competition on what?
competition.
Competition on what though?
Competition.
Competition!
Yo, so when people say things in capital letters in chats, do you really take that as yelling?
Yeah,
Yes,
yes, they're
yes,
yelling.
absolutely yelling.
They're yelling. Because what the hell?
What is the caps for?
What's the
Unless
caps
you're
for?
really being emphatic about
Christian
what you're
said I
saying.
do.
Because he's yelling, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
that means you're yelling.
So when I text him, get your ass in the house and get captured.
I gotta do my son. Call your mother. I want him to know
Caps.
I'm yelling.
All
Call
caps.
your mother.
He said, well, what about if they're excited? Excitement. It could be excitement too. It's yelling.
You better look
Excite-
LOL, you know, you're
LOL, right, to kind of bring it down a little bit. But all
Let 'em
caps is
know.
like, you calm down.
You're yelling. You're
You're
absolutely
yelling, right.
yelling. Yeah.
When I'm
It's
excited
a
and
great
I'm
thing.
texting, it's all caps. When I'm yelling, it's all caps. But usually you know the energy behind the whatever I'm saying. Because of the words I'm
It's
using.
etiquette, right.
Right.
It's always about that.
Exclamation points, question marks, things of that nature. But know that there's a lot of emphasis behind what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You get it?
Okay. Then pick up the damn phone.
Exclamation point.
Yeah, you do that. You do that.
I do that all the time. As soon as I see it, what? Hello? Look at here, sugar.
So
I want to
if a
say that
woman,
having this
if a
whole
woman,
podcast with you guys brings happiness as well. This
It
is
does
one of the
bring
things
happiness.
that I did in my life that brought joy. And so
It
for
brought joy.
just that, right? There's a happiness.
I get on my nerves sometimes, though.
Yeah, it's like therapy to me. I'm really starting to understand complicated women.
Well,
Except that we're nuts, right?
But you know what? I will say that I think that, us doing this podcast and him having us in his life has helped him.
I'd like to think so, but we got to ask the
has.
women in his life whether or not they got a facial tick. Like,
But,
it's still not
They
working.
will break up with him in a heartbeat.
It's still not working.
Can you do it again?
Whatever I say. Yeah,
Can you do it again?
Give me the number to your therapist.
We be trying.
Talk
We be
to her.
trying. Listen to all the ladies, whoever's dating him. We really be trying.
We do. And you know what's sad is that me and Michelle have over the years met people that he's dated, and we'd be like, hi, it's nice to meet you. And then we go together and we'd be like, I'm gonna give her 3 months.
She ain't gonna last.
She ain't gonna make it.
That's
We know he
bad.
not.
That's bad. That's bad.
We be making bets.
The thing
And
is,
then,
we
and
pick
then when
up.
it's over, we be like, told you.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
She
We
wasn't
pick
gonna
up
make
on her person. See, it depends on her personality. So it depends on who she is and her personality. And we'd be like, that's not a good match.
Mm-mm. Take a special time.
It's not. It takes a special
All right,
time.
forget it. I'm gonna go to the strip club. I'm just gonna go to the strip
You gonna get 2 blocks of ass?
club. 2 blocks of ass. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what he needs in his life.
2 blocks of ass.
2 blocks of ass.
I don't know if that. I don't know. A stripper might turn you out.
He said he want to drive that one time.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm gonna move to Atlanta. I'm gonna give you a love of hip hop chick and a love of the hip hop grip.
Toxic.
Okay.
Toxic.
Wow. I know we done took this thing far longer than we normally do. It's already
We did.
late. I would love for us to talk about when we coming back and all the great things that we're having. I mean, we still have all of our social media platforms, so you can always catch all of our seasons on
Check
YouTube,
us out. Or if you want to just listen,
Twitch, Spotify, right? Instagram, Facebook, Blue Rain Radio. You can always catch us there until we come back. We're gonna take off just the
YouTube.
rest of the summer, right?
go watch us on YouTube, or you can see, or you can go listen to us on iHeartRadio and Spotify, so you can catch all of our episodes. Conversations with My Cuz on all social media platforms. Thank y'all for rocking with us for 5 seasons.
5.
Tell a friend, like and share.
Because there will be a 6.
Come back and fuck with us in September. And as we end every episode with a Shellism, happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. We're going to see y'all next season.
All right, everybody.
And
Thank you. Thank you,
guys.
I'm Team Remy's on DJ Big Rock. As we bring down the Cabo Experience 2022, I'm bringing talent, I'm bringing stiletto, I'm bringing Kenny Williams, I'm bringing DJ Warren, DJ Zah, DJ Storm, DJ K-Dog, and Uptown Zone, Jeff Frank. For more info, go to www.theteamremy.com and you're drawing, hold up. Go to www.theteamremy.com as we bring you all around. 5 days, 4 nights, opening party in the sky. Check your day pool party. Madness party featuring Jeff Brand. All white Bon Voyage comedy show. Special performance by RL. Yes, Big Rod's gonna be on the dance. And I'm bringing my cousins with me.